All right. So good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from. All right. So once again, my name is Adetola Freeman, and as usual, this is our live stream for the NFP trading session. Okay. So in a few minutes, we're going to get into the charts. All right, and then I'm going to be showing you what my expectation from the markets actually is. All right. But in the meantime, I want to say a big happy new year, prosperous new year to you guys. All right. It's been fantastic having you guys around. And, sessions like this help us get to know each other better. All right. And then help each other become better traders ultimately. Having said that, we're going to be looking into a couple of charts. All right. But before then, if there's a commodity you would like us to take a look at, please drop it in the comment section and we're going to address it as soon as possible. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that quickly. We're going to be starting with the regular ones, all right, which is the dollar index, all right. And for the past couple of days now, all right, at least since this year started, the US dollar has been quite tricky, okay. And I mean that on a very good note because it means that the dollar has been preparing for a major move. And if that is true, it means that that major move could as well start today, of all days, which is the regular NFP day. Okay, so let us see how the dollar index is faring. So currently, you can see this was an analysis I did some days back. The dollar is currently moving higher. All right. However, it's important to realize that we're also approaching a supply zone over here. Okay, you can see that that's where my arrow stopped. And my arrow stopped there because I already have an understanding that there's a supply zone over here that price is most likely going to react to based on the fact that we've had liquidity taken out already. All right, and this happens to be the 200 moving average, which is acting as a resistance. What does this mean? It means that for me, I think I agree with the forecast of the analysts that talked about the fact that the dollar should be weaker today. All right, because if you check, you'll see that the forecast, the analytic forecast for uh, the NFP currently is about 200,000, which is less than the previous one, which was 261,000. Okay, so with figures like that, it means that we can expect the dollar to get weaker. All right, but nonetheless, we can also use that as an opportunity to go bullish on dollar dominated pairs. All right, which means that commodities like gold, commodities like GBP USD, like Euro USD, are commodities that we are going to be working with right now. Okay, so for those who asked about the bias for gold, all right, I want to believe you can see my screen right now because we're going to be going into the gold chart. Okay, so let's see. All right, someone says the volume is low. Is that correct? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, I think some of you can hear me, and that's a good one. All right, so let's get into what we're looking at the moment, all right, which is gold. All right, presently this is the 5 minutes time frame for gold, and we can see that gold is approaching this demand zone. Okay, we have this demand zone here, a very interesting demand zone, and we expect that from this demand zone, gold should make a move. All right, but today I'm going to be teaching you a simple way to trade high impact news such as this, all right, in a way that it is low risk and at the same time you are able to catch in on big movements. All right, you're able to catch in on big movements even before the rest of the market gets it. Okay, so we're just going to wait for the news to get released. All right. And once that news release is published, the next thing we'll do is we'll wait for markets to make a major spike. Okay. And once market makes a major spike, we're going to pull out our Fibonacci tool and use the Fibonacci tool to measure, all right, the spike. And what we're simply going to do is we'll wait for a retracement of that spike, and we categorically take an entry when price hits the 38.2 retracement level of our Fibonacci. All right. Does that sound simple enough? Are you guys ready for some practical tonight? All right. Or this afternoon or this morning, depending on where you are. Does this work for those complaining a bit about the volume? Does this work, please? All right. Beautiful. So we're waiting for a spike right now on gold. And trust me, whatever is happening on gold over here is going to be happening on Euro USD. It's going to be happening on GBP USD and most likely on NZD USD. All right. So this is the practical. We're waiting for the spike. And the spike I'm expecting is either going to take out these highs, all right, spike higher than this previous highs, or spike lower than this supply zone. Beautiful. Can you guys see that? This is the spike. So let us see. We're waiting for a retracement that will get to the 38.2 level. All right. I think we had that some minutes ago. Beautiful. So that means that the dollar is weaker, all right, as expected. Okay, so I have a few buy trades. Let's see. Now, note that we've broken structure here based on the spike. All right, so where's my take profit going to be? I think I want to have my take profit somewhere around here. All right, I want to have my take profit somewhere around here. So let's see how this plays out. Now, this is not for small accounts, all right? This approach to trading is definitely very risky, all right, because literally you're trading the volatility of the market, all right? So small accounts, please stay away, okay? But if you have a fairly large account, all right, you can test this out with smaller lot sizes and then just wait to see how market reacts to this. All right, so we've gotten our spike, we've pulled out our Fibonacci, all right, and literally what we're expecting is that price never goes below this point again. Okay, so we're just waiting for that push to carry us to our take profit, and then we close out of these trades. All right, so this is how I approach trading the news. All right, especially if it's a high volume news and it gives me some remarkable market movement. Okay, remember I said that we're expecting the spike to break above this level. Okay, and since we already have the spike, it's done that already. So our bias is still very much bullish. Okay, still very much bullish. So worst case scenario is that price probably comes all the way to the 88.2 level and then returns back to the top. All right, because we've already gotten the bias from what the dollar is saying. All right, weaker dollar means that gold is supposed to buy. Okay, increase in unemployment in the United States leads to a weaker dollar, which leads to gold being a bullish market. All right, so this is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for price to get to this level, typically, which is the 1850 level. All right, 1850. That's the point we're expecting price to get to. And as you can see, the movement is quite intense. All right, we just wait for it to reach the ultimate target, which is over here. All right, and like I said, please note that this is very risky. All right, very risky. However, for those who have large accounts, all right, you can use small lot sizes and practice with this. All right, because like I've always said, sessions like this go beyond, just giving us buy and sell biases or telling us what direction the market will go. I also see it as an opportunity to educate ourselves, all right, enlighten ourselves, learn a couple more things that helps us become better traders, all right, because once you're able to get that right, all right, get your trading and your strategies on point. By the time you're able to get all of that on point, you enjoy every single thing else. Okay, so this is what we're waiting for. Let us see if price gets to that point. However, um, there's also a possibility that this move probably doesn't play out in the next couple of minutes. If it doesn't, I'll close these three trades, all right, and then wait. What am I going to wait for? I'm going to wait for price to clearly break above this level, all right. Then I'll wait for a retest of the demand zone, all right. I'll wait for the retest of the demand zone so that I can go all the way bullish. All right. Does this make sense to somebody? I need to know, guys. Does this make sense to you? So typically what we're trading right now is volatility. All right. And we know that volatility can be tricky. All right. So that's why we're waiting for the news, all right, to give us a direction, which was what we did with the spike, all right, and then from there we can move. From the dollar, all right, the non-farm payroll, if you check it, you see that currently the result is better than expected, but it's not as good as the previous month. Okay, which is why we're having this shady movement on gold right now. But nonetheless, there are two alternatives, and both of them are still in our favor. All right. If this plays out, we've done well. And if it doesn't play out right now, we simply have a zone that we can expect price to break out of. All right. And once price breaks out of that zone, we typically take our entries. All right. We already have this zone. Okay. So in the event that price breaks out of this zone, whether it breaks out bullish or bearish, that becomes our bias. All right. So let's see, if we break above it, it means that we're bullish and we might likely be bullish all the way up to this particular point. All right. Now, for me, it's interesting the way I use the Fibonacci retracement tool because it's actually very rare. But over the last 4 years, or it will 5 years towards the end of this year, so over the past 5 years, I have consistently made good money, all right, using the Fibonacci tool because it gives me insights on entries and exits. And by exit, I'm referring to the stop loss and the take profit. So somebody asks, what time frame am I on? This is the 5 minutes time frame on gold. All right, this is gold, 5 minutes time frame. And we're just waiting to see a clear breakout of this box. All right, whichever direction this box gets broken, we can literally just scale with it, all right, and follow through and see how it plays out. But for me, I think I had a bias for weaker gold since yesterday, such that even though the news is saying, oh, the results are better than expected, it still doesn't improve on the previous month, which tells us that the unemployment rate is still pretty bad, and then we can expect some bit of turbulence in the valuation of the US dollar. So let us wait to see how this plays out. We've taken our trades, we've gotten our entries. Now what's left is the waiting game. Okay, we just want to see how market plays out. Okay, let's see. Hey, Nandom, it's good to see you here again. Cheers to you, man. And I'm seeing a couple of my old friends as well. Samson Akintewe. I'm seeing Chris Law. I'm seeing Bernard. I'm seeing Trust Motive. I'm seeing a couple of my old friends. Yeah, I've seen a couple of my old friends. So it's good to have you guys, you know. So let's see. Like I said, it's a waiting game. So let's see how this plays out. You can see that gold is experiencing a whole lot of turbulence right now, and that is because, like I said, the news is a bit confusing. So investors are going to have quite a hard time deciding what direction is the long-term direction. Okay, and that's what's going on here. If I lose a few dollars, it's still not bad because once price breaks out of this box, I am simply going to wait for the retest of the demand or supply zone that caused that breakout. All right, and I can leverage on it, recover my loss, and make even more profit. Okay, psychology as a trader is really important because if you don't have good psychology, at this point you would have probably closed out of the trade believing that, oh, it's not going to play out. Okay, but with good psychology, you fold your hands. There are only two options for every trade that you take. All right, there are only two options. The first option is that you make some money. All right, and the second option is that you learn something new. Okay, so there are just two options to every trade you take. It's either you make money, all right, or you learn more. And both of these are very good outcomes. All right, they're both very good outcomes. So that's why for me, my psychology is so solid that I can literally take trades and close my eyes and go to sleep because I know that regardless what the market does, it's either I make money or I learn more. Okay, so this is how we treat trading. And for those of you who, you're probably still beginners and you're struggling to find your footing in the markets, all right, cheer up, okay? Do your best. Follow up on the setups that are dropped on the Telegram channel. Follow the news publications on the website, all right? You'll see a column that is marked analytical news or analytical articles, all right? Follow those articles, and I can almost guarantee you that you would make some money. All right, maybe not immediately, but over time, you're definitely going to do that. Yes, I plotted the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top because we had a bullish breakout. All right, and that is why I plotted it from the bottom to the top. Okay, and I know that some of you are seeing this approach for the first time and you are excited, you are interested, you want to learn it. The only thing I can say is this: if you are in the FBS VIP loyalty program, you can easily request for a 30-minute session completely free of charge, all right, where we can have a one-on-one discussion about this strategy. But if you're not in the FBS loyalty program, I am sorry, I cannot help you. Okay, so that is why you can see that all of these things that I'm showing you, I'm showing it as briefly as possible, all right, because I'm trying my best not to step aside from the original purpose of sessions like this. All right, it's important to be able to balance between making money and learning new things. All right, so as you can see, we're in some good profit. And this is the point where I think I should request for an applause. All right, I think you guys should give me an applause or at least celebrate me for giving you this interesting orientation and setup. Okay, so if you're making some money right now with this trade, all right, kindly just drop a comment in the chat box. Let me know how excited you are about this particular trade. All right, the Telegram channel is FBS Analysis and Education. Okay, you can check the description of some of our videos. You're definitely going to see the link to the YouTube channel in the video description. All right, so it's definitely going to be there. and I'm still waiting. If you took this trade and you're in profit right now, please drop a comment in the chat box. Let me know that I have helped you, or at least that you're making some money with this live session that we just had. Okay. For some of you, this feels like magic, but trust me, it's not magic. All right. It's pure trading. Okay. It's pure trading. Knowing where to put your take profit is another major arc. All right. It's another major arc. And yes, here we go. Take profit is in view. Take profit is in view. Okay. So we've had TP one, two, three. This is four. So let's see if we get to TP four and five. Beautiful, beautiful. Chris Law, you're doing well. All right. So at this point, what you want to do is you want to lock your profit. All right. So that no matter what the market does at this point, since we're almost at TP, all right, whatever market does is not going to affect you. Okay, this is TP, so I've locked my profit here. Oh, I thought you took the trade when I took it. I thought you took the trade when I took it. That's the essence of sessions like this, all right? When we analyze the markets together, we trade it together, okay? Somebody said GBP USD is not affecting gold. You can see now, I marked out this other block. I told you guys that dollar was going to react from this supply zone. And this is even from a setup that I had since, I think this was since December. All right, since December. And you can see the drop. All right. So this is how we trade. Okay, this is how we trade. Euro USD, you can see the spike as well. This is the 4 hours time frame. No, 15 minutes. If I go to the 5 minutes, you'll see it's a very good one as well. Okay. So this is how we trade, literally, guys. This is how we trade. You can see I just closed my sell orders on NZD USD today, and this is the spike going on. So let's just see if we get to take profit. All right. If we do, I'm gonna be so excited. At least I think I have a couple of you guys who are in some good profit already. But please do not take a trade right now. Okay, do not take trades right now. Okay, don't enter this trade right now. It's already left you behind. Okay, yeah, the retest is going to happen, but I'm not sure it will happen right now. All right. So, Kwame, how much did you make from this? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, you see, for my analysis of all the other commodities, all right, I'm going to be dropping an article on the website today that is going to cover my bias for the entire next week. All right, it's going to cover um, the major pairs. All right, it's going to cover gold and silver and probably palladium, and it's also going to cover the JPY indices. All right, so USD JPY, GBP JPY, and the likes are all going to be addressed. Okay, so you can see TP8, TP8 already, and we're still doing some remarkable wonders here. But I think I want to close all my trades here, because as you can see, this TP4 already and price already got there. There's a likelihood it goes higher, but I think I've had enough. Okay, I think I've had enough. All right. So, guys, if you want us to have more sessions like this, all right, I need you to do me just one favor. All right. I want you guys to do me just one favor. Please make sure you drop fantastic reviews about FBS. All right. Let the world know that we're giving you some quality value. All right. And we're helping you make good money alongside. Okay. Let every struggling trader understand that this is a platform where we help you make good money. Okay. So I think I have people who have made $300, $100, 25% loss recovered, and a whole lot of good comments. All right. So please don't let it remain just here. Refer your friends. Let them know that FBS does some real solid good work. All right. And if you would like to see some more of this, sessions, this kind of sessions, all right, please also make it known in the Telegram group, all right, so that we can work towards providing you with more interesting sessions like this. So what we're going to do now is this. If this retracement plays out, all right, I'm going to show you something. If this retracement closes higher, all right, and comes to maybe somewhere like this, comes here, let me try to show you a cheat code. If it comes here, then you should anticipate price coming back for this retest. Which means that price will most likely retest this point, all right, this zone. Okay, for access to my analysis, it's going to be on the website, and definitely I'll do my best to drop the links in the Telegram group, all right. And at the same time, Nana Kwame, I don't know what you're requesting access to, so please clarify what you need access to so that I can be certain about that. Okay. Um, I'm not certain I can answer that on the live stream, but definitely you'll figure out that in the next couple of days. You'll definitely figure that out. All right, so this is it. This is it. But before we round up for tonight, I am going to be showing you one last simple trick. All right. By now, you should already know that one of the major things that I do is to show you the simplest things that deliver the best kind of results. All right. The simplest things and the best kind of results. Um, so for the FBS loyalty program, just log into your dashboard. I think there's a minimum amount you need to deposit, all right, to qualify for the loyalty program. Once you do that, you can literally request a 30-minute session with me, all right, and then we would have that interesting session. So let's see how this plays out. The trick I'm going to be showing you is a simple trick. All right. It's something smart money traders trade a whole lot, but if you can master it on its own, you would be fairly as good as a whole lot of them. All right. So let me show you this. For those of you that need more training, all right, you can literally just sign up for the FBS loyalty program by funding your account with the minimum required amount. All right. It will give you access to any one of our analysts for 30 minutes. Okay. You have a 30-minute session with them. They answer all your questions. All right. Um, and you can also just basically search my name. I have a lot of free content on the internet that you can benefit from. So the name is Adetola Freeman. You can Google it, you can check it on YouTube, whatever. There are a lot of free content that can benefit you and help you along your trading journey. So my trick is this. A lot of times you will get to see price ranging, all right? And most of you have been taught that when you see price ranging, all right, the next thing is to wait for a breakout and retest, all right. But there's something called a liquidity grab. Retail traders refer to it as a fake out, all right, but I know it as a liquidity grab, and I like to teach it that way. So what happens basically is that you see market ranging in, this point, all right. You see market ranging here, and then after the ranging, you get to see a breakout, all right. The only thing is that breakout is not going to be a solid one. Why did I say it's not going to be a solid one? Because immediately after that breakout, all right, price is going to come the other way and break out the other way again. Once you see something like this, you can easily just pull out your Fibonacci. All right. By now, you should know that I'm addicted to the Fibonacci. All right. You pull out your Fibonacci and you combine the levels with the other block that led to the break of structure. All right. Smart money traders already should be able to relate with what I mean. So the other block that led to price breaking structure here, look for that other block, all right, and correlate it with a particular level of the Fibonacci and enter your trade from there, all right, and that gives you some solid trades that can deliver you profits for a very long time, all right. Okay, someone is talking about GBP USD. Let me check. I haven't taken a look at that yet. uh, let's see. Okay. In my opinion, GBP USD is not exactly what I would call weak. You can see this spike, right? So this spike is is a testament to the fact that the same thing that happened on gold is the same thing that happened here. All right. We had our range, we got the breakout. All right. After the breakout, we got the retracement that came all the way down here, then the spike. All right. So we would have also entered gold easily, very easily. All right. So for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be taking questions. So if you have questions, now would be a good time to ask your questions. Who's going first? Questions, questions, questions. And if there are no questions, we're just going to wrap up on the stream here and now. All right. But I want to be sure that, everyone has been taken care of, and that would help us do this. All right. Which news channel do I use? Well, categorically, all news events are usually, at least the high impact ones, they are usually dropped in the FBS analysis Telegram channel. All right. So if you're on that channel, every morning we give you updates on the high impact news that are going to be coming out for that day. Okay. So that works. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. It seems there are no other questions. I already mentioned it. The Telegram channel for FBS analysis and education. You will get access to news, events, and updates on that Telegram channel. Okay, Nana Kwame, how relevant are candlesticks? Well, I would say that candlesticks are relevant, but it depends on how you approach them. Now, there's only one candlestick pattern that I use, and it is not a retail candlestick pattern. The only candlestick pattern that I use is what I call the inducement candle. All right. That's the only candlestick pattern that I consider as a real one. Okay. That's the only one I consider. So, um, when it comes to trading candlesticks, I don't look for 1,001 different candlestick patterns. I just look for that particular one, the inducement candle, and I trade it. What price would be a good sell position in gold? I am sorry, I don't have an answer to that. Reason being that predicting the market is not as profitable as reacting to the market. So I want to raise you guys to react to the markets and not predict the market. All right. So if price gets to a zone and begins to react, we trade. If it doesn't, then we just leave it and let it slide. Okay, which technical indicators do I use? Personally, I trade naked charts. All right, but once in a while, I adjust my bias using the stochastics indicator. All right, so majorly it's naked chart and stochastics, and the main thing I do with the stochastics is to find divergence and convergence, which is something you can also do with the MACD. All right, the moving average convergence divergence indicator. Okay, so GBP JPY, let me see. But whatever analysis I'm doing on GBP JPY right now, it's not going to be something that you can trade right away. Okay, because to be fair, the news has already passed. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to do a breakdown of the market structure. So I think this would be my bias for GBP JPY. I'll be looking for opportunities to go short. All right, that's good. Let me see, 1 minute. Okay, so I think that does it. We'll see how price reacts to this supply zone. All right, and then based on that reaction, you know what directions, what directions to follow next. So Mubarak Mamam, I believe you have your answer here now. I use virtually all time frames. When it comes to analyzing market structure, you want to take it from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. And that's why it's called top down analysis. All right, so you start from the top and then you trace it down to the bottom. Because as you can see, I just did a breakdown of this structure on the 5 minutes. All right, so once you master the markets, market structure will be something you can do on almost any time frame, and you'll be able to do that without stress as well. um, Mr. Ahmad, I would advise that you hold on. Don't try selling gold until gold gives you reasons why it wants to go bearish. All right, for every movement in the market there is a reason, and the earlier you are able to figure out the reason, the easier it becomes for you to predict whether that reason is going to take place again or not. Are we clear about this, please? All right, Francisca, inducement candlestick is something that I teach, something that I personally trade. All right, it's a part of a system that I created. So you may not have heard it, all right, but that is what I trade. Hope that's okay too. Questions, questions, questions. All right, I'm gonna take two more questions. All right, and then once I'm done with those two questions, we'll say our bye byes for today, and then we hold on till when next we have another stream. Two questions, two questions. Who's gonna get that? Okay. All right, I think everyone has. Okay, yeah. I think everyone's questions have been addressed. I think everyone's questions have been addressed. So, right about now, I want to say thank you guys